Welcome to the Masked Man Show with Kaz, part 2 of our WrestleMania confidence predictions, or confidence draft. Sorry. Kaz, are you doing any differently than you were 5 minutes ago?
I am 5 minutes more sleepier, yes.
All right, someone's going to have to make Kaz's pick for him. So what we're doing here is we're drafting. If you didn't listen to the last episode, which would be super weird because it's like 1 millimeter away on your phone or however you're listening to this thing.
Or on YouTube.
Or on YouTube, youtube.com/@ringerwrestling. So what we're doing here is we're just drafting WrestleMania matches based on how confident we are in the outcome. Now, I thought this was going to be hard. I thought that we would unanimously agree on 2 of them, and then there'd be everything else would be up in the air. I'm not saying that we're all 100% stone cold lock confident on all these, but we were unanimous on all but 2 of the matches. On part 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brian and Ben, you guys both picked Penta in the 6-pack ladder match. Kaz and I have Javon Evans, and then what was the one before that? Was it
Brian has AJ Lee?
That's it. Brian picked AJ Lee, whereas the rest of us picked Becky Lynch. All right, now it's my pick. Let's come back around. Didn't get the first pick in the draft, but I got the first pick in part 2 of the draft. I am going to go, and again, at this point, I'm excited to see how much disagreement I get. I'm going to go with...
Hang on. Actually, isn't it Brian's pick?
Yeah, that's what I thought. There was another one.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. 3, 2, 1. Let's start again. Blah, blah, blah. It is Brian Waters' pick to start part 2 of the confidence draft. Brian, what do you got?
So, part 2, we're kicking off with the main event of the entire show.
Oh!
I am confident that Roman Reigns will defeat CM Punk for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Bold pick. The first championship match picked, right?
It is, the main one.
Top championship match, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm so confused about this one. Kaz, what do you think about the promo battle last night? They told each other why they hate each other, but it was basically why they like each other.
Yeah, I guess the Mutual Admiration Society, the Zebros, finally got down to it and really explained why they're at each other's throats. It was different, and for that reason, I liked it. You know, I think we're all used to the pull. We've seen, 5 pull-aparts that night? Those Seth and Gunther got into it. Stephanie and Liv got into it. Like, everybody's just... Jade and Rhea got into it. Like, lots of pull-aparts. The Americanos. And then you got the biggest match of the show ending on a note of mutual respect, but still hate. I thought it was cool that Punk apologized to Roman for invoking Sika.
Yeah.
I think it was cool that Roman...
Wait, do you think that was the plan from the beginning? Like, nope. I can have that...
Nope.
You think the backlash was such that he...
it was not the plan. I don't think it was the plan going towards the end of it. Maybe, but I know they were definitely going to go a different direction, and maybe they would have landed back on this place of mutual admiration, but it definitely did change throughout. But I liked it because it was real. It was honest. Like, things that I had a problem with Punk's promos, and I said this on the show earlier, is that Punk's not being all the way honest. Like, you're supposed to be the person who is the voice of the voiceless and tell all the truth all the time. But the things he was saying about Roman only being in the main event because of him and bury you next to your dad, and that it was the first time in a long time Punk said some real shit. I was basically like, listen, bro, I wish I was born into a royal family. I love this thing. I love this more than anything. And you guys have had opportunities sort of handed to you by birthright that I'll just never have. And Roman's like, well, yeah, I got all the titles, I got all the main events, I got everything, but I don't have these people like you have them. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never have that. Or I don't have that. And it was different, but I thought it was cool. And it brought some levity to the match. And it didn't have to get down into the dirt. And I'm almost positive that the reason why they retconned the whole Sika thing was because I'm pretty sure somebody, and I could tell between, I think Drew McIntyre had an interview with somebody where he was like, yo, as much as I hated Punk, I would never say anything about Larry. Losing the pet is serious and da-da-da-da-da. I'm pretty sure they were going to go the route of the dog and you know.
Oh, yeah. They called it off for some reason. You said that.
And they were just like, nah. Yeah, like this isn't
but the mutual admiration,
comfortable with that.
The Mutual Admiration Society, I thought was, if I had to make one tweak, I would just have Roman Reigns acknowledge out loud that he had something different planned to say, but since Punk said that, now I'm going to say this. Because it doesn't really jive that they were like, that they both came to the ring determined to compliment the other one. Right. Like Roman's thing should have been more obviously.
Technically they did. Roman had a lot to say about Punk in those pre-taped promos that were shown early in the day.
Yeah, he did.
It was like, yeah, this guy's a liar. This guy's talking about he didn't need a shield. We actually put it together, like from the beginning, broke down all of his lies. So maybe Punk saw that in kayfabe and like had a come to Jesus moment. And he was like, yeah, Roman's right. I just got to go out there and be real and be me. And hopefully this is the best opportunity comes from it. So
there was definitely like a B Rabbit vibe to CM Punk last night, you know, where he's just like I know what they're going to say about me or whatever.
I do live in a trailer with my mom.
Yeah, exactly.
My boy Future is an Uncle Tom.
and then Roman got the mic and didn't drop it, didn't just give up, but he just sort of had to follow along. It's interesting. Here's a question for you. Do you think that Pat McAfee's name was evoked in this feud solely? We talked about this obviously a lot yesterday, but like, was he mentioned solely because Punk is the only one that could really do that job when they realized they had to backtrack or, you know, express internally some anti-Pat McAfee feelings too? Or do you think there's a point where Punk and McAfee are actually going to be involved?
I think they're going to be involved eventually. I think, the stuff that Pat was saying on Friday made it seem like this is the beginning of a whole, and the stuff he's been saying on the show basically seems like there's some grand master plan, you know. And
so, what would you say the odds would be of the last shot we get on Sunday being Pat McAfee, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns celebrating together?
As a faction?
I don't know.
Yes, as a faction.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. It's possible. Could definitely be wrong.
Can this be the new NWO? Is what?
Oh god.
We already have the Eric Bischoff character, Eric Bischoff role filled. So.
Well, my thing is, I just don't think Roman and Randy. They just don't need to be in a faction with each other. They don't need a faction at all. You know, like.
Well, I mean, neither did Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan, but that worked out okay. Anyway, I agree. I'm just trying to make people mad. All right. So wait, did we all get our picks out on that one?
No, not yet. I'm
picking Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship, and shoot, we're gonna.
I think.
Yeah. I think it's Roman's time again, man. Like Punk has been burning both ends of the candles. He could use a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think Roman's walking.
Did I say it on mic or off? I saw Cody was on Get Up this morning, and man, he looked exhausted. He's talking about burning.
Yeah, everyone should be exhausted at this point.
All right, Ben, who do you pick?
I'm gonna go Roman too. I mean, Punk is just one of those dudes who doesn't really need the title at this point. He's got his little run. He got it back.
Dang, you put me in a spot.
It was a really good run.
It was a great run, and I think
compared to how I thought it was going to go, it's been fantastic.
Why I'm picking Roman too, partly is because I'm intrigued by, Seth started to talk about this where, he's going back after the title he never lost. A little Seth Roman for the title, I could do for some of that. So
Sure.
because I'm Punk and Seth again this soon. I'm good. I think I'm okay for now. Seth and Roman, on this build to SummerSlam or whatever.
Theoretically, Roman does open up a whole lot of more possibilities, but not if he doesn't come to work. And I'm not saying that as a knock. It's clearly worked in the past. But like, who wouldn't want to see Roman Reigns against like any of the new NXT call-ups? Just like there's so many fun options out there. Roman Reigns versus Ilya Dragunov. Like I can make but like he's got to be willing to do like non-title matches. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I know that I'm the voice of unanimity, and I do I'm split right down the middle on this one. But I'm also the voice for like imaginary scheduling conflicts, so I'm just going to pick CM Punk here under the assumption that that's how all these decisions are being made. Punk's around more, he gets to keep the belt, but I don't feel great about it. And frankly, if you had all picked Punk, I probably would pick Roman Reigns. That just feels like we need a dissenting voice on this one. Is it my turn now?
Well, Roman's minus 275, so it's a good pick by Brian.
Okay.
But it's snakes, so Brian actually gets a second pick.
Well,
and his last pick of this.
My last pick. Oh, this is tough.
Dang, my pick's definitely not going to be there when it comes back to me.
Confidence, right?
Mm-hmm. How do you with the outcome? Confident about who's going to win?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So what do we got left? Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Randy. Seth Gunther.
Yes. And the tag match, the
tag match, and the 6-man tag match,
and the women's tag,
match. There we go.
Out of all of them, the one I'm most confident in my pick is the 6-man tag, the Usos and IShowSpeed.
That would have been my pick, but what is so who are you picking to win?
The Usos and IShowSpeed take.
You mean Usos and LA Knight versus Vision and IShowSpeed?
Yeah, the Usos and LA Knight. Oh gosh, and I'm picking LA Knight.
Yeah, that's definitely the way I would have gone with that. It wouldn't be shocking if the Vision and Speed won.
Yeah.
Does anybody really want to really full-throatedly believe that the Vision's going to come out on top here?
No, because in kayfabe, they should get their ass kicked. IShowSpeed has been very vocal about, I don't know how to wrestle. And I know
he felt ready last night.
They had that video package. Oh, okay, great. So you trained for 3 hours and now you're ready for your first WrestleMania match? It's just, in kayfabe doesn't make sense. I get it.
How long does it take? 5? You think 5 hours would have been better?
At least 5. Give me a
How long
two-parter.
did Hulk Hogan train Mean Gene for back in the day before that tag team match?
I imagine it was a couple of days.
They were in a bunch of different venues,
Shawn Michaels
right?
took some time off to get ready for Brett, so, and he was in mountains and shit.
And also, I don't know how seriously Speed is taking it if he just started training yesterday.
Have you ever seen any of his videos?
He's a generational athlete, though. I must
he is.
So that is true. That I'll give. But in terms of wrestling, he trained
with Randy Orton. You know what I mean? They had the Randy Orton training video when he was down in the PC and the IShowSpeed reality show.
He also got speared like crazy from Braun Breaker, which might have osmosed some wrestling knowledge into him.
I tweeted this earlier today, half kidding, just because I love pissing off the IWC, but half serious. I'm like, IShowSpeed is going to do some we're going to find out he's like the Black Ray Phoenix at
oh yeah
WrestleMania. We're all underselling, he's underselling the shit out of this. And I'm like, guys, if you only know Speed from super and stuff like that, I'm not even just speaking hyperbolic. He's legitimately one of the best athletes I've ever seen. Legit. Super fast, super strong, jumps high. Just seeing him out athlete pros many times. You know what I mean? Not just regular pros, Olympic style pros. So, but I think Speed is going to be great. I think he's going to have a wild showing. I think he's going to have a bunch of viral moments. But ultimately, he's going to get his ass handed to him. And I think the Usos and the boys take Dubsky.
And it's also, I feel like he's being set up for a Braun Breaker return where he gets speared out of his shoes again.
That can happen. Braun got enough healing. He was healed enough to do a spear, right?
First of all, by a show of hands, this is new video content for our YouTube page. By a show of hands, who thinks that we will see Braun Breaker on Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, definitely.
I can't see a few people make a return for sure.
We all agree Braun's going to be there. If Braun's going to come back, I don't think it's going to be in this match. I think it'll be in the Seth Rollins match. Right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but I mean,
and that gives Seth an excuse to lose that match. I mean, that's the biggest toss-up to me. Not to give anything away, but anyway. Listen, what are our official picks on this one? I've got the baby faces.
Same.
Brian made the official pick with the baby faces. Kaz, who do you got?
Yeah, I see the Vision stumbling back, embarrassed, but still holding their tag team titles. I got the Usos and LA Knight winning.
I too have the Usos. LA Knight's got to get a win.
By the way, yeah, Ben, you were saying who's going to retain on this entire card? The answer is the Vision, one way or the other.
Sure, guaranteed. Yes, they are guaranteed.
Yeah. So Ben, you have the baby faces too?
I do.
What are the odds here? This feels late in the game to have a unanimous pick.
I'll tell you this though, there's a reason, because they have the best odds to win on the entire card.
Really?
So, Brian with a great pick. Yeah, minus 800.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, I guess we're all a bunch of idiots.
Yep.
Well, don't leave that too open to people to agree with. But Shoemaker, it is your turn. Oh, no, sorry, it's Kaz's turn for his last pick of the confidence draft.
My last pick in the confidence draft. There's a couple of matches here that I got my eyes on.
Wait, what do we got left? We have Gunther, Seth, Cody versus Randy.
We have Gunther, Seth, Cody, Randy,
Jade, Rhea,
the tag titles, Jade, Rhea, and
that's it.
That's it. Yo, I'm gonna go with Randy Orton as my slam dunk, gotta have it pick. Randy Orton, man. I would have picked Randy Orton without the Pat McAfee stipulation. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
And now that we absolutely have this stipulation that he'll leave wrestling forever if Randy Orton loses the match, now I'm certain this motherfucker's gonna win.
That's a really good point.
because he's drawing heat.
Okay,
no
but
what us nerds think about?
Oh, I agree.
This thing, he's drawing heat. And
so here's a question though, because I agree about the stipulation, and I was thinking about that. But isn't that also what you would say if they really just got Pat McAfee to work for a month? You know, and he was pretty absent. I mean, if he's going to be gone for 6 months after this, that counts as leaving wrestling forever in pro wrestling, right? I mean,
that's the thing. His 6 month, the annual Pat McAfee 6 month sabbatical has passed already. That's usually during college football season when he's doing college game day, and we just don't see him for a while. Now is when he gets active. Now is when he's around a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
But assuming this is just like from everything we've heard, this was basically like a favor that was called in by TKO, right?
Mm-hmm.
I doubt the favor was. Well, yeah, but if that's true, I doubt the favor was like, can you come be a full-time worker for the next year? Like, that's not a favor. A favor is, can you come on 5 episodes of SmackDown and make people mad? You know, and they did that.
Or McAfee is say what you want about the guy. He's as self-aware as anybody. Like, he knows when people like him and don't like him. He knew where the tide was turning with the WWE universe and him, even before he officially kicked Cody Rhodes in the balls and made himself a heel. He mentioned on the show a few times that, like, you know, it's probably going to be the wrestling is going to pass them by and yada, yada, yada. I don't think he comes back to commentary. I think he is a full-time
manager.
A full-time heel manager. Like, I think that's going to be his thing. I think him and Randy are going to be terrorizing Cody specifically.
Yes. And listen, it's not that it wouldn't be fun. I mean, listen, every wrestler dreams of working heel, and I'm sure all of us would have a great time with that too. But given that this like immediately spun out of control and that people really are like mad about Pat McAfee for his first time since his involvement with WWE, he's finally getting real hate. Is that really something that you want to sign up for if you're Pat McAfee? I mean, do you really want to be? I don't know.
He gets it. Because if it was anybody else, if it was any other celebrity that was coming in, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they're booing Kevin Hart. Like, oh my God, it's supposed to be a good thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever it is. Pat McAfee gets it more than anybody. He knows if they really didn't want him there, they'd sit on their hands and be silent.
I mean, yes, clearly. He showed up in sunglasses, right? Like, he knows that he's working heel here. I'm not trying to say anything other than that. I just think, I don't know how much of an investment. I mean, and I don't think that he was like, I'm particularly like, I don't think if it were for this angle, he would be coming back as a commentator now. It seemed like he was ready to take some time away from WWE. I don't think that this means that Randy's going to lose. I just couldn't put stock in the stipulation the way that I normally would, because I just don't know what listen, all my picks are based on schedule. I don't know what Pat's really going to be doing here. Although, if he did start a new NWO, I wouldn't be mad at it. I think you lean into it. You make it even worse. What's more likely to me in terms of like surprises is not that like, there's a new NWO. It's the more likely wild turn of events would be that like Pat kicks Randy in the balls and it turns out he was on Cody's side all along.
And you never know.
That's the sort of favor I can see, right? Work heel like crazy so that, just really lean into this character, get the boos. But don't worry, we'll let you get your cheers back at WrestleMania. Is that crazy?
So you're not talking about a Cody heel turn?
No. I'm talking about a Pat McAfee face turn.
Oh. Nah, I don't think that'll work. I think whoever Pat sides with becomes the heel. You know what I mean?
But but if it turns out he was working on behalf of Cody Rhodes all along, that's a babyface move, right?
Hell no. I boo the shit out of Cody if that's how. I'm like, really? This whole time?
You're right. Yeah, maybe you're right.
This whole time you was talking all this hot shit about, who business this is, yada, yada, yada. This whole time you're with Pat and I'm supposed to cheer that? Hell no. You're clearly the heel now. And now I'm on Randy's side.
Okay.
And technically, outside of like smashing his head with the chair, which let's not forget, you gave him the go ahead to do as far as like being, the Randy Orton that we all know and love and are scared of. Besides that, he hasn't really done shit wrong. Like, he has really told Cody many times, like, yo, I do not want to do this. I was supposed to be Drew. This is supposed to be easy, but I need number 15.
Yeah.
He said, I need number 15. He's getting 15 at WrestleMania. How he gets it is probably going to be the story, but he's getting 15 at WrestleMania.
Just to be clear, before I make my official pick, is either Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes hosting a DJ set afterwards or anything I need to know about?
Yeah, Tiesto. They're
is anybody appearing at the Superstore the next? I mean, at the whatever it's called.
I think
the
Cody's supposed
WWE
to.
World.
I think Cody's supposed to. But I think someone messaged that in, was it Only Graps or something? I think he's scheduled to show up, and people are going to be paying a lot of money to go see him. So I think he's coming with the belt. I think he's retaining.
I think my pick, if we were just doing regular picks, my pick is probably Randy Orton, just because it's a toss up and that's the one that I want more.
Mm-hmm.
But Cody, I have a feeling about Cody winning. I don't know why.
Cody losing 3 of the 4 last Manias is something that I'm just not. It's not sitting right with me in terms of making this pick. That's why I'm picking him for this. Because
tell Cody to stop winning titles before Mania.
True. It's better what you said at the very beginning of the last episode, Kaz. Some people are better as chasers. Cody's one of those, that would make all this more interesting. Okay, listen. I don't know what I'm going to pick. What's your official pick, Kaz, is Randy Orton. Brian, who you got?
I'm going Cody. 3 years in a row where both titles change hands. I don't think that's happening. At least I'm not predicting it. Randy's beat Cody at WrestleMania before. Cody said he's learned how to beat Randy Orton from Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. He's got to apply that. I think the student gets the job done.
Ben, you officially picking Cody as well?
I am, yeah, because again, looking at Saturday, seems to be a lot of title changes happening potentially. Liv, Becky, probably in the women's tag that I'm sure someone's going to pick next. Somebody's got to retain. So there has to be some retention of titles on this entire.
I told you the the Vision are going to retain.
Well, sure.
You don't have to worry about it.
that's on. Oh no, that is on Saturday. You're
right. Okay. I'm gonna go with Orton here just to make it even 50-50. And I certainly would prefer Orton wins. I just think, I think that the feeling that you're getting is that WWE might just mess this up for the third time in this feud. To not understand what they're doing, to what they have, what they're dealing with.
Is if they're in this match, it's getting shenanigan-y, and then Travis Scott comes back out, and everyone just watch everyone's arms in the eyes. They just throw them up and just do it. Trips has just got to lean into how much people hate this.
Yeah. Yeah, and also in so much as this is a do-over of last year, with McAfee and the Rock roll and everything else, I just feel like this story has to be for Cody to lose again and try to get it back.
Yep. All right, your pictures.
You can chase then. All right, what are my options here? Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley.
Wait, well, I gotta say, Streets is whispering though. The Rock is currently in Las Vegas for CinemaCon.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
Just saying. He is in Las Vegas right now. Not saying.
Well, where else would he be? He'd be in LA. I guarantee he's not sleeping in Las Vegas. He's taking the PJ back to LA.
I'm sure he's already left Vegas by the time this podcast even comes out.
I'm just saying he's not that far away anyway.
He's not in another country filming a movie. He's in the area. Just saying.
Okay.
Might be a possibility.
How about night 2 ends with Pat McAfee, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and The Rock standing tall together in the middle of the ring?
I can get behind that.
And Ari Emanuel.
Behind that. And that's what I said. This is and Ari's got to be the cherry on top. He's got to be the cherry on top. That's what I said, man. This whole build to WrestleMania has been built like one of two things. One, a company that's completely unsure of what they're about to do, or two, a company that knows they got some shit in their back pocket. They cannot wait to let out in Vegas. Is it The Rock? Is it something we don't even see coming? It's something. And if it's nothing, that's a bad thing.
Oh, and John Cena. John will be there too. He can turn heel again and join the group.
That's not a back pocket thing. Like all the things like the Demon Finn, Cena hosting, like all the shebanga bangs that they've announced already. Shebanga bangs. That's the word I'm using.
Okay.
All those things. You gotta have a bazooka back there. You gotta roll through the weapons of Call of Duty and have like that big Gallic gun bazooka. Also,
I hope that you're right, man.
Or if not, and that's what I'm saying. And if they don't have it, they're in the world of trouble.
Yeah,
because I think you run the risk of having. I remember the vibe after. God, Dave, we were all there. You remember the vibe after the main event went off the air last year?
Mm-hmm.
It felt empty. We were sitting there waiting for The Rock up until the credits rolled. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you want to run that risk twice. Maybe that's why you put it on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't want to leave, if you don't got that big joker, you put the match on Saturday. So by Sunday, you're not even talking about it. By the time you get to Friday on SmackDown, it's tough, but it's nothing you can't get over.
Sure.
I'm thinking they got a big bazooka, and if they do got a big bazooka, you better be ready.
Well, that's your official bazooka. Brian Waters used his bazooka in the women's IC title match, and Ben and I have yet to use our bazookas in this draft.
I don't know if I quite understand what the bazooka is used for in this draft specifically, but
something shocking and something amazing, some big thing is going to happen in the match.
Gotcha. Okay.
That really doesn't relate to the pick so much. Okay, my final pick. And the 2026 WrestleMania Confidence Draft is Gunther over Seth Rollins.
Damn.
I know this match has been thrown together. I know it's been rushed. I know that there's probably better than even odds that this is a non-finish of some sort. But there's no way. I think it being rushed makes the case for Gunther even more significantly because we haven't established a case for Gunther losing. And no one has been pushed more over the past 6 months in this company than Gunther. The idea of having that just go away in a non-title match against Seth Rollins doesn't sit right with me. And like I said, I mean, this is, if I had to guess, this is going to be Braun Breaker runs in, spears Seth Rollins, Gunther gets the pin. But regardless, I'm picking Gunther on this one. Anybody think Seth is definitely going to win?
I'm thinking Seth.
Yeah.
I think Seth is going to win this. I think he is now the de facto Mr. WrestleMania as far as like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he wants to play Shawn. If he's playing Shawn and Gunther's playing Undertaker, then maybe I'll change my pick. But I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like this whole post-Vision stuff and everything that's going on.
It's so weird that we're in
a nice big win.
We are like functionally in a post-Vision WWE. You know, the tag team has nothing to do with the rest of the with Paul Heyman or anything at this point. It's just a separate division. I mean, separate deal. Hold on. Sorry. Let's take that again. We're officially in like a post-Vision WWE, even though the Vision's not done. But like, this is how it will look, right? It's like the tag team is not hanging around Paul Heyman. Paul's hanging around Brock Lesnar. Braun Breaker is nowhere to be found. This is exactly what it'll look like. But they're going to get their, band back together, I'm sure, on the Raw after WrestleMania or whatever. Or they start bringing it together, and during this match. But who knows? Who knows what happens here? I feel good about Gunther not losing. I don't know. Brian, Ben, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm going with Gunther on this one. This is tight, but I think he wins this one.
I think I'm also going Seth. I don't know. I feel like he just needs something to start to reestablish himself as a world title contender. And it's like, I fully understand the point of, oh yeah, Braun's probably going to get involved here and he might cost Seth the match. And then that's probably true. I think Seth needs it more because if, I forgot who mentioned it in part 1, but if Gunther is being shaped up to take on Brock at SummerSlam, like he's good. He doesn't need the win here. I feel like Seth just needs a win. Because again, this is his first match back since he got injured and he had to drop the title. So I feel like it's going to be Seth. It's not by much, and the betting odds actually favor Shoes and Brian more. Gunther is favored to win at a -600. So Kaz, we're kind of swimming upstream here.
Damn,
that's crazy compared to some of those other ones. I mean, this to me this will certainly be the closest physical contest on the card. I mean, I know it's kind of a ridiculous thing to say in pro wrestling world, but like if these guys wrestled 100 times, even in kayfabe, like I don't know who's going to win. Like it would be pretty close to 50-50, right? So those odds surprise me, but I'm happy that I picked Gunther. All right, last pick of the draft, Ben.
Last one. So I've got to choose between two, which is Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill.
I'm surprised nobody picked that one. Not because I feel particularly great about who's going to win, but just because it's a big match with straightforward stakes. But go ahead. It's either that or the
women's tag team match. Yeah, the Fatal 4-Way. I'm going to go with the women's title. So I'm going to pick Rhea Ripley. I think she's going to win this thing. I think she's just gotten her ass kicked a little too much by Jade.
She also got back at the baddies, right? I mean, she laid them out. So now she's got, and as it stands now, Io Sky does not have a match at WrestleMania, although they did tease the Asuka thing more last night.
Right.
But they've still been very back and forth about this whole thing. It's very unclear, Didn't Io Sky tweet a challenge to Asuka at some point and then delete it?
Deleted.
Yeah. So that's still sort of hanging out there. But if she does nothing else, then I have confidence that Io Sky will be very involved in this match. But if she doesn't have anything else going on, I'm guessing Io Sky will be very involved in this match, which I guess helps the case for Rhea Ripley. This does feel like a Rhea Ripley win to me. I don't know. Kaz, what do you think?
It feels like a Rhea Ripley win. Doesn't have to be a Rhea Ripley win, though. You know what I mean? Like, this feud just hasn't really got off the way I thought it was going.
Too real?
No, it didn't get real enough. You know what I mean? Like it felt
they
like
didn't
they
kind
got
of throttle
off the
down.
blocks.
Yeah.
They kind of what?
Just throttled down, and then they got the heavies with.
Yeah, I think they probably had.
know.
I think they were probably having like Tiffy Charlotte flashbacks with this one. As soon as the tweet started going off at the beginning, they were like,
yeah,
all right, well, let's address that in the first segment, and then let's just do a wrestling angle here, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tiffany, another one who's not listed. Tiffany doesn't have a match on the card either, right?
She does not.
No.
Nope. She probably would challenge Julia on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, they were setting her up for the Julia match, but see, that should be a big time match too. I don't know what.
What do you take off?
What do you take off anything? You're starting it. You're running from 6 to what do you think? What time is it going to end? 10, 11?
True.
So you got
Pacific time.
You got 10 hours to fill.
It's gonna be great.
No, right. I know, but like, what time? I mean, it's going to be they're two giant shows. Frankly, I get why they push matches. I get why regular PLEs just have 5 matches, and if you didn't make that bar, if you didn't make the cut, then you'll do it next month or whatever. Like, I don't mind that sort of philosophy. But for WrestleMania, like, would it really hurt to have 1 or 2 matches on there? They just got the people on the cards, and they were just like 2-minute schmozzes. It's just like somebody gets injured and they can't compete, or like there's a run in or beat down, whatever, just to like establish that was there on WrestleMania. And then when they do have the match, they can, they say they do it at Backlash or whatever. Then you have that little WrestleMania story to tell too. I don't know. It just seems wild just to cut it for time when you could just find a way to fit it in. But anyway, that's a long way to say, wait, what are official picks on Rhea versus Jade? I'm going to go with Rhea. Ben's got Rhea. Kaz?
I'm going to pick Jade.
All right. And Brian?
I'm sticking with Jade. I've been going with Jade since day one. I think this is going to be a big win for her. Like, I feel like she hasn't had that as a champion, a big win.
Yeah. This is going to be a good one. This was my number 1 pick in the hype draft. And it's the last pick of the confidence draft.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where they go.
Rhea, by the way, minus 350. So not like favored, but not a huge favorite.
Not a huge favorite. And she's also like a very public team. No shots to Jade, but Rhea's just that popular. So that's pretty close to even, I think, when you subtract that out. All right, the one match that didn't get chosen, the official winner of the most unconfident match at WrestleMania 42 is the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the Women's Championship. The Irresistible Forces are your champs. I think picking them to retain would have been a pretty safe bet for anybody, especially in that last round. But I'm going to go out on a limb and pick Bayley and Lyra to win that one.
Redemption story.
I am too, just because of the Bayley missing Mania last year. They didn't get their moment together. It just seems like that's where they've been. And they've been featured the most, I feel like, of everyone involved. I get the Bellas Nikki Bella's hurt and they're trying to work that through. But Bayley and Lyra have been pretty central. They've been hopping back and forth on both shows for a while now.
Mm-hmm. Most of this action has been on SmackDown, so they had to, walk over. Kaz, who do you think is going to win the tag match?
I'm going to go the Bella Twins. I know Nikki's twisted her ankle, you know what I'm saying? But it's the Bella Twins, my guy. It's WrestleMania. Like,
that would make sense as to why they're so concerned about her availability and thinking about who they're going to replace her with if not. Because it's like we've said a million times, this could be a 3-team match. It doesn't have to be 4 teams. But the Bella Twins winning actually makes a certain amount of sense. Maybe that's what they promised Brie when she came back. Like they get a little run.
And that's my pick. And they also, the Bella Twins will be hosting their Bonita Wine Club festivities throughout the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Why not have the belts? I'm gonna pull up the one of them because I heard from a great source on this program that it's a good thing to be a part of.
I am the token Bonita Wine Club member on this pod, so I approve this message.
You're actually a member?
Yeah, absolutely. Our latest shipment just got shipped out a couple days ago. My wife signed us up. This wasn't a me move, but did I say no? Absolutely not.
How was your wife even aware of this wine club? This is not.
in short, I was out of town one weekend, and then she texted me from the winery. She'd had a couple glasses and said, "I found this in Napa. I've had a couple glasses. I signed us up for the wine club." I'm like, all right.
That's lit.
So she just went to their winery
by
randomly.
herself. By herself. Yeah, it's great.
Your wife might have a problem. All right.
After night 2, it was fun. They had a nice little setup. But the Bellas
yeah, I'm all about going to the bar alone. But if you're going to the winery alone, well, I guess you could buy your...
You know?
Yeah, okay. You just sit down at the end of the bar and you're like, yes, I'll have the flight for 2. Just go ahead and bring it over and start tossing it back.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
how they get you to sign up for the wine club.
So Brian and Kaz both have the Bellas. I got Bailey and Lyra. And Ben, what's your official pick?
I also have Bailey and Lyra.
Okay. Wow, nobody's picking the Irresistible Forces, which is kind of surprising.
Who do you think has the worst betting in this match?
Oh, they're all individual? Probably Bailey and Lyra.
No, they have the
Charlotte
best
and
odds.
Alexa?
Really?
Yeah, so Bailey and Lyra have the best odds at -165, and Brian is correct that Alexa and Charlotte have the worst odds at +700.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Charlotte and Alexa could win the titles anytime they're in the ring. I feel like Michael Cole saying this, but I mean this in like, shoot, like what? They're so famous, you know?
Some big money right
and
there.
they had to agree to be a tag team for again through this WrestleMania cycle. You know, it's like, just get to do something for them here. Anyway. And then what's the official order of the odds? The best odds are Bailey and Lyra. Who's next? Bellas?
Next to the Bellas at +125. So despite an ankle injury for Nikki, he's still highly favored. Irresistible Forces are at +500 to retain. So Vegas not high on them retaining at all. And then Alexa and Charlotte at +700. So we picked the right team.
We've talked a little bit about the Braun Breakers of the world, The Rock. So many things have been brought up in this podcast. If you had to pick one person who will be there on Saturday or Sunday that we have not that is not on the card, and Jelly Roll does not count. Somebody has not already been announced. You can take The Rock. You can pick Braun Breaker. You can whatever you want. Who would you say? Let's go in a circle here.
I'd love to see Kevin Owens come back. You know what
I
mean? Like,
that's a good one.
I would love for Kevin Owens to find himself in the midst of that Orton, Cody, McAfee, Jelly Roll situation. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe even the Sammy situation. I don't know. I would not be mad at.
He's got to be involved in Sammy. If Sammy's turning heel,
I mad at Kevin Sammy versus Trick and Mello. You know, for a couple of weeks, like that would get me going. If you want to get Trick super, I'm a babyface now. That's probably the best way to do it. But I'm just a Kevin Owens fan, and if he's healthy and he's good to go, I'd love to see him in action this week.
He's the best.
Sure.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Brian, who do you got as your surprise?
I mean, I didn't like the way the 25th year of Trish Stratus was done. I would love to see her show up.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I think I would pick Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm just going to keep that dream alive.
Well, he was there last year. He ran into somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
Lost control of his ATV.
Ben, who do you think?
I'm just going to keep picking him until he shows up. I think The Rock's coming.
All right.
He's got to show up.
I don't know if you heard, but he's at CinemaCon in Las Vegas, right?
That's right.
We're going to be right eventually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about crowd? What about just like random celebrities in the crowd? Pick one. Whoever gets the biggest celebrity right wins.
Vanessa Hudgens.
That's not a big celebrity. No offense to Vanessa Hudgens.
Tom Brady.
We didn't mention Tom Brady.
Right. Tom Brady.
Is he going to get involved in that tag match, I guess? Yeah, I guess that's why you do it, right?
I don't know, but somebody's gonna put hands on him, I think. Somebody's gonna put hands on him. He's gonna talk crazy about wrestling, something. And I don't know who it is that comes out and puts him in his place, but someone's going to. I don't know if they get to pop.
Should it just be The Undertaker? Can we just do the gong and a choke slam and just be done with that segment?
I don't know. That's a too pretty of a face to mess up for Fox TV. I don't know.
No, that's why you do the choke slam. There's no risk. It's you might
Like
break
Pete
your
Rose.
spine, but your face will be fine.
Something.
You may have
If
to
Tom Brady
tombstone him.
becomes the new Pete Rose, where he just every year just comes out talking shit and just gets tombstone.
You had to put him in
Buzzsaw.
like Buffalo or like Miami, somewhere where he
Or
just
New
torched.
York.
Oh yeah,
Or New
obviously, yeah. Somewhere he just torched for years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's got to do something heroic. Vegas is his town, I guess.
Does President Trump count?
Yes. If you pick President Trump and he's there, you win. You win the entire. You win the whole WrestleMania week.
God, I hope he isn't there. I'm not even gonna pick him. Not even gonna put that in there. I'm gonna keep
Give
Brady.
me Asia Wilson.
And I think Brady's more popular than Donald Trump, but not for nothing. Like worldwide.
Oh.
Worldwide,
more-
sure. Okay, yeah.
Definitely.
Who else? Will we see? Do you think we'll see any? Like, do you think we'll see like Jimmy Hart in the front row to hype up the Hogan documentary? Like, will there be some Hogan connection since obviously Hogan's not here to promote it himself?
I'm sure we'll probably see Nick and Brooke out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another
I'm sure
one.
they'll be out there to.
Are you being serious? I don't think Brooke still hasn't
Yes.
talked to the family.
No, but I'm sure they'll come out and do a wave. And walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Fantastic stuff. I've got the Hogan documentary, by the way.
Oh, I gotta see.
Just don't want to
Oh,
gloat.
did you see it? Did you see yourself? I saw you. I saw you on the preview last night.
Yeah.
I
Raw.
haven't. Oh, I was on the
took a
preview on
picture.
Raw.
Yeah,
I
you were
I
on
took a
Raw.
I didn't even
picture.
see it.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
send
I
it
was
to you
watching.
after.
I was watching late, so I was jumping over shit. I thought it was the same commercial.
You were breaking down the Bash at the Beach '96. Yeah,
Was
there
I
it
right?
goes.
I hope that'd be great if I was like that. Bash the Beach in '96.
As a
And then
part
I
of
just didn't
our,
remember anything. It was Scott Steiner versus Kevin Sullivan, I think. I don't remember anything
Right.
that happened.
By the way, whose house were you at for this?
WWE.
Wearing
Whose
this-
house was I at?
Was that the place
Yeah.
in Brooklyn?
No,
Okay.
that's a funny question. Little peek behind the curtain. When you see Hulk Hogan in his like lavish white mansion that he's filmed in and that, like nobody's shooting at their own house. We do shoot at people's houses. Like for the
yeah.
Vince
I shot in
stock, we
someone's house.
we shot at a lot of people's houses and stuff, but like a lot of times for the big setup shots, you can just ask. I mean, some people prefer to be at home and some people prefer to have a place. I was just like, do you just do it elsewhere? So I don't feel like I'm running late for dad duty the whole time I'm doing this. And usually they go to like a hotel or somewhere nearby. I filmed before in like hotel conference rooms. There's a place over by us that it's like an older hotel that has some cool like library type places. But no, they just randomly got a house. And there's always these houses that are for rent by the day for this sort of thing. It's really common in LA, less so here. But it was just this weird old house. And it has like deer on the walls and like deer, busts or heads or whatever. And the whole thing was just like this weird, like Art Deco cabin. It was just the strangest thing. And
There
I
is
wanted
a
it.
very prominent deer bust behind your shot.
Yeah. I was like trying to figure out the places for sale because I was like, I will move there in a heartbeat. It was like such a cool, weird house. And it's like kind of little, but in a good way. I don't know. Not my house for the record, but in kayfabe, that is my house. Did we do everything we need to do here?
We did it.
Yep.
It's a full preview.
And we did an episode the other day. We recorded the regular episode, so we're good. It's only Tuesday after all. Okay, cool. Well, guys,
Did you get
happy.
your WWE state media check after doing the Hulk Hogan doc? Because I got mine. You got
No,
yours?
they don't. I don't receive checks. They just pay me in cash. It's just duffel bags full of cash.
That's true. Yeah, I get mine in a brown paper one. Did they actually give you a duffel?
Yeah, but unfortunately, they're McMahon bucks, so I don't really know if they're worth anything.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Redeemable only at the WWE headquarters snack bar. That's the problem.
Oh, it's called. You know what it's called?
Oh, I do. But what is it?
Snack down.
Oh yeah, snack.
I've
It's
been there. Like, haha, that's what you did there.
That is the end of part 2 of our WrestleMania confidence draft of 2026. We will be back tomorrow with part 1 of our interview spectacular, and there will be more interviews on Saturday or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're gonna have interviews every day, or we're gonna have some content every day. Who knows what we're gonna be doing? We will be in Las Vegas. We will be recording for WrestleMania. And Kaz, you want to get some plugs in on your way out the door to Las Vegas?
Oh gosh, yeah. I'll still be doing mornings of Mero on Hot 97, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. even out in Vegas. So I'll be up right.
Oh
early,
man,
like
we are gonna keep you up so late at night every night.
God, I did this for All-Star Weekend, and I was like, this sucks. But
did you ever feel like you should just pull an all-nighter? Like just stay awake until 6? Oh, you did?
The first night when I landed in LA for All-Star, like I just breezed through the entire night, and then like at 7 a.m. local, I was cooked. I was done.
Yeah.
So I might have to do the same tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, Mornings of Barrel, Hot 97, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Brand new episode of 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Myself, Monica McNutt, and Carmelo Anthony talking with New York Knicks point guard Jose Alvarado. Make sure you get a chance to check that out. He was awesome to talk to. And yeah, bro, if you see us out in Vegas, man, just say what's up. Be nice. Don't be weird. Give us a dap. I don't know if we're doing like a mixing meet and greet sort of thing, but if you see us around, we'll just congregate at a bar and we'll talk. How about that?
We have a spontaneous meet and greet. Just keep your eye on Twitter.
Yeah, for sure. Just holla at your boy.
Is Grand Theft Alvarado the greatest basketball nickname currently in use?
Oh, it's definitely top 5. Easily top 5 nickname. I mean, I'm still mad that Kevin Durant never embraced the Slim Reaper like he should have. But
so good.
I think Grand Theft Alvarado is astute and appropriate.
It's for sure. Anyway, thank you, Kaz. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Ben. Thank you all for listening. Finn Balor's gonna be okay. Your mama. See you back here tomorrow, humanoids.
Peace.